Well, good evening, Bateman Bruins. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. We had such fantastic weather. I hope you were outside and got to enjoy it. So, I have a great book to read to you. I've actually been saving this one. I learned about this book actually when I was in college, and I made a puppet out of the main character. Unfortunately, the puppet no longer is in existence. It got old and I had to throw it away, but the story is still very near and dear to my heart. So I'm gonna share this story with you. It is called The Jester Has Lost His Jingle. And it is by David Saltzman. And it is awesome. He is the illustrator and the author. So he wrote the book and did the pictures. So I hope you enjoy. The Jester Has Lost His Jingle. My favorite part about this book, the whole thing rhymes. I love writing books. So our story begins quite removed in a castle far away. Our story unfolds, unfortunately, on a very unfortunate day. You see, this morning, when the world awoke, no one was in any mood to joke. But one was still happy and bubbled with joy, for he played with life as you play with a toy. He would dance to its rhythm, being light on his feet. He would sing to its tune, which was gentle and sweet. For he was a jester, and gesture would he, to make people laugh and fill them with glee. That's the jester. That's the puppet that I made. But he has a special friend. He has a special helper, as any jester should. A friend by name of Farley, a talking piece of wood. He carried Farley all over. The two were quite a pair. They viewed life as a carnival, a fun-filled, festive fair. Do you see Farley? He looks just like him, just on a stick. Tell us as well. Loved book. It's falling apart. But today, when the jester broke out in his song, how could he have known that something was wrong? When he started his routine and he strutted on the stage, how could he have known that the king was in a rage? Uh-oh. Wait till you hear about this king. So he sang his funny song, and he walked his funny walk. He danced his funny dance, and he talked his funny talk. I love this funny talk. But nobody giggled, nobody yuckled, nobody laughed, and nobody chuckled. Look how serious they look. Poor Jester and Farley. The jester has lost his jingle, the king yelled in dismay. His bells no longer jingle, that's all I have to say. Then without a thought and on a whim, the king decided to banish him. Do you know what banish means? It means he sent him away. Banish me, sire? Don't send me away. Why is your highness so down this fine day? Oh, you can tell the king's not very happy. Oh, look at poor Farley and the jester. Oh, actually, you don't see Farley in that one. Look at the jester. Can you see him? He looks sad. But the king gave no answer. He said nothing more, merely pointed his finger towards the front door. The jester walked out slowly, and a tear fell from his face, for he'd never left the kingdom, never wandered from this place. Oh, so look, he banished him. You see, he's pointing out the door. And look at poor Farley and the jester. They're so sad. They never left home before. And once outside, the jester cried, "Oh, Farley, I fear what they say is quite true. I am no longer funny. My career is quite through. That's nonsense, said Farley. You're still funny, I say. You were funny last week and you're still funny today. It seemed a nasty rumor, but laughter must be dead. The world has lost its sense of humor, Farley sadly said. Thank goodness. You know, when times are tough, sometimes it's hard to laugh. I'm sure that has happened to some of us lately. Then it isn't me at all. It's the world that must be sick. We must find that sense of humor and bring it back here quick. So off they went, our fearless two, to bring back laughter back to you. I think there's an adventure coming. Their journey was long and their journey was tough, but the Jester was strong and the Jester was tough. They looked far and near. They looked far and wide. They looked everywhere that laughter might hide. I like how they're looking underneath the ledge. Like laughter is gonna be there. They searched in every corner, under rocks and up in trees. They peered into the heavens and gazed deep beneath the seas. Look at there's Farley. Farley's looking under the ocean. They wandered through the country, through the meadows, lush and pretty. They came upon a gleaming bridge that led into a city. They looked in vain for flowers. They heard no songs or birds. They saw lots of angry faces and heard lots of bitter words. Everyone here is so moody. Everyone here is so mean. I must confess this city is the saddest place I've ever seen. Maybe someone here can tell me. Maybe someone here might know. How come people are not laughing? How come spirits are so low? Look at those faces. Do those look like happy faces or sad? Oh, I hope that the Jester and Farley might be able to help them, but they're going to see what's going on first. Ask that man, Farley motioned. That man over there. The thin one in the alley with the tangles in his hair. Why are you not laughing, sir? I'd really like to know. It's kind of hard to laugh or joke when you're unemployed and completely broke. I have no job. I have no money. So tell me, Jester, what's so funny? Oh, Farley, I fear it's much worse than I had thought. Is laughter something these people have forgot? There's the gentleman that they were talking to. Impossible, cried Farley. Why, that's news I couldn't bear. Let's ask the man with the briefcase blowing smoke into the air. Okay, said the Jester. I'll try another try. It seems you don't believe in laughing, sir. Can you please tell me why? Ooh, looks like they're on the subway. It's a big city. Laugh? Ha! That's a laugh. The best I've had in years. The world is not a funny place. It's filled with pain and tears. Don't you read the papers? It's all in black and white. Everything is going wrong and jokes won't make it right. I have no time for laughter. I have no time for you. I'm sorry, that's the way things are. There's nothing you can do. Ooh. You know, I have bad times sometimes, but you know, I always try to make sure I'm happy. Gosh, I hope Farley and the Jester can help these people. Don't believe him, Farley said. We know he must be wrong. Our search for laughter must continue. Time to move along. The Jester looked up into the sky and he let out a woeful sigh. He fought back tears and shook his head. Then with determination said, there must be someone somewhere with a smile upon their face. There must be someone cheerful in this cold and lonely place. So look at that tall building. Perhaps we'll find the answer there. It's up to us to make a difference. It's up to us to care. Oh, what kind of building it is? It's a hospital. Ooh, maybe they're gonna help make someone feel better. I have a feeling it's gonna happen. Let's see. What of her? Asked Farley. That little girl in bed. The one who looks so fragile with the bandage on her head. Hello, little girl, the jester said. My, how do you do? I wonder if you can tell me, how come laughter's not with you? The little girl looked up and her eyes were open wide. She turned slowly to the jester and she quietly replied, Here I lie, I have a tumor, and you ask me where is my sense of humor? I've been very sick. I'm tired of trying. I don't feel like laughing. I just feel like crying. I get that. Sometimes it's hard to keep a positive attitude, but it does make a big difference. So let's see. Come on, Farley. Come on, Jester. You can do it. Sometimes I feel like crying too, the jester whispered in her ear, but instead of letting teardrops fall, I make them disappear. Whenever I feel like crying, I smile hard instead. I turn my sadness upside down and put it on its head. When I get sad or lonesome, or when I get depressed, that's when I sing my loudest and dance my very best. So won't you try it, little girl? Won't you laugh with me? We'll start off very slowly with a tiny hee. Oh, let's see. Oh, I hope they can help her. I hope they can help all these people. So he sang his funny song. He walked his funny walk. He danced his funny dance. And he talked his funny talk. Just like he did before in the kingdom. I hope it works. Then from the room there came a giggle which echoed down the halls. And soon there came another which bounced up and down the walls. The giggle became a snicker which grew into a guffaw, which soon became a chuckle and transformed into ha! The jester was beside himself. He grinned a great big grin. He hugged and thanked the little girl and kissed her on her chin. Look at all the laughter going down the hallways. And look at the little girl. Do you see how much happier she is? Oh, I think she helped everybody. Let's see. Soon laughter leaped right out the window, growing louder as it flew. Can you hear it coming? It's about to swallow you. It spread to every corner. It filled up every space. Smiles popped up everywhere. Can you feel one on your face? Look at, there's the guy with the tangles in his hair. There's the guy that he met on the subway, the smoking man. And they're all smiling and happy. Oh, the little girl and the jester and Farley did it. As the jester ran back to the kingdom, he carried rainbows in his hand. And as people started laughing, colors spread across the land. It's my favorite picture. Look at that. He leaped into the palace and he hugged the king and queen. He said, "Oh, my high highness, you won't believe what I have seen. Laughter isn't missing. Why, it isn't even dead. Farley and I have found it," the jester proudly said. Look at, there is all of his rainbows, and he jumped in the lap of the king. How could you not laugh at that? We've found where it's been hiding. We've discovered where it's been. It's hiding inside everyone. It's buried deep within. Laughter is like a seedling waiting patiently to sprout. All it takes is just a push to make it pop right out. Don't keep it imprisoned. Don't lock it out of sight. Quickly release it. It won't hurt or bite. So the king said, "I'll give it a try. I'll give it a go." And all of a sudden, out popped a ho-ho-ho. That's it, yelled the Jester. Let it flow. And it flowed, and it flowed, and it flowed. Oh, look at the king, so much happier. And soon everybody was giggling, everybody was yuckling, everybody was laughing, and everybody was chuckling. Oh, they look so much happier, don't they? My Jester, you have done it, said the king. You've saved the day. You've brought back love and laughter and helped us find the way. And when the Jester heard these words, he smiled and started singing. He somersaulted in the air, for his bells again were ringing. So when you're feeling lonely or sad or bad or blue, remember there's laughter hiding. It's hiding inside of you. That story I just love because I think it just shows you even when we're in bad moods or even when we're in a tough situation like we all are right now, staying home and being safe, it's not easy. But deep down inside, that smile's there, that laughter's there, that great sense of humor that I know you all have because you always make me laugh when we're at school, it's all there. Don't forget it, even through bad times, it's in there. And sometimes just putting a smile on your face helps you get through things. Have a fantastic night. We love you, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Good night.